So we just talked about the lie angle and the shaft and the effect it has on the swing. Let's go into that in more detail. This white alignment rod is driver length. So if I stand up to this golf ball, you can see that I'm a long way from the ball, and my swing plane naturally wants to function on its flattest plane. So it's quite interesting that when I give you a wedge, compared to the driver shaft, the short club permits me to have a swing that's much more upright. Now this is when you realise how clever the club maker's been over the last couple of 100 years, because when he gives you a short shaft, he's very much controlling your wrist hinge. So there's the club, the shortest shaft, and I lean forward, and there's my posture. Now because this is a wedge, this angle is its greatest. If I cock the wrist, the club maker is asking me to find the most wrist cock in the least amount of time. So if I show you a strong mix of wrist and shoulder, that's a wonderful way of playing a full pitching wedge or bunker shot. And when you come through, you have the ability to rehinge on the front side. So just by getting the length of the shaft right for the job and matching the head to that shaft, the club maker is assisting you in the swing that you're making. So let me say that again. When you have a sand iron length shaft, then the swing is going to be shorter, it's going to be more upright, it's going to have more wrist cock, and it's going to have less form rotation. But don't worry about it. If you set up beautifully and the shoulder hits the throat in the backswing, the way the forearms and wrists behave in conjunction with the shoulders is a given. I'll just show you that in practice. So here we go. Offering the club with the wedge. I'm going to make a shoulder and wrist cock to here and hit the shot. So here we go. There we go, nice high shot. It's in the draw spin family, but because the wrists are hinged on the way through, it prevents you from pulling the ball. Okay, let me show you the two ingredients. There's a really good dollop of wrist cock here, and then there's a shoulder turn. I'm just mixing those two together for you, shoulder and wrist. This is blend and swish. Okay, I'm just pitching that to the 100-yard marker. It's not much more than 6 feet, so we'll just enjoy the moment. I'll talk you through that one later, okay? So here we go. I'll set myself up for a fall. There's good grip and good posture. I'm going to blend. If I stand up, guess what? I'm in the perfect plane. I go back to the ball, little moment of prayer, and release the right hand. Caught it with a fraction divot, but the ball behaved beautifully. Bit of draw, 10 foot from the stick. Okay, simple mantra: prepare, blend, and swish. Caught at a fraction heavy, but it was down the line and nice and accurate. So go with the club maker. He's giving you the right length of the shaft, he's giving you the lie angle, and the shaft and the lie angle between them will give you the best swing for that shot. Okay, so let's go from wedge to the far end of the spectrum and hit driver. You can see now that the swing plane is flatter. I'm a lot further from the ball. Now a minute ago with the wedge, I had to find a huge amount of wrist hinge in almost no time at all. Short, upright and wristy. However, by increasing the club to 44, 45 inches long with the driver, the club maker is now inviting you to make your flattest and longest swing. He's going to give you the most form rotation he can, but the club maker is clever because of this angle. There's almost no wrist hinge to be found in the most amount of time. So when it comes to driver, guys and girls, just trust the fact that the wrists are automatic. There's only a tiny bit of wrist hinge involved. With the wedge, there's a lot. So with the wedge, the wrists were active in the wrist cock, but forearm rotation was quiet. This is reverse. The wrist cock is quieter, but the forearm's more active. All right, let's just demonstrate my best horizontal swing first. So with the long club, I load, it's long, flat and rolly. Stand up, just check them in plane, yes. Back I go, and now release the club. Bit of a low cut on that one, as you can see from the flight, but I think I've made the point. Whatever club you're using, this is your optimal swing in the horizontal plane. How far you lean forward depends upon the length of the club, and in so doing, the club maker is controlling the mix of your shoulder coil and your forearms and your wrists. Those are the three elements that make the ball fly. Your shoulder turn makes power for the swing. Your forearms control the power with draw and fade and add more power, and the wrist give you even more power again with wrist cock, but they actually increase your accuracy. Isn't that amazing? That a wristy swing is more accurate than a non-wristy swing.